car number 25 from East Hampton, Connecticut, the Fowler's Auto Wrecking car for Anthony Flannery.
You know, we ran a handful of races last season in one of Todd's cars, and I had a really good time, and we had, showed good success. We had a really bad wreck also, but that's, that comes with the territory. But I just, really wanted to see if we had what it takes, and I would say our expectations were try to finish all the races, learn as we go, and obviously improve. You want to do better every week.
Bigger spin now, back straightaway, turn 3. One car goes around, and a caution comes out this time. Flannery, that car slow a lap ago, car number 25 on the pit lane.
Just can't seem to catch any luck. You finally get a decent start position, finish good in the heat, and got a really good car for the night. And we're out on lap 2.
For me, I would say it was kind of easy. Not that it was easy to shake off, but we moved past it. Like you said, I've been racing for a long time, and those things happen. And we always joke and say, well, let's get them out of the way early. And in the team, they stood behind me. They knew it wasn't me, and we knew, there's those first week jitters and getting used to everything. But everybody, kind of corralled up and knew that we had a good car and a good. A good chance at doing well there. So it was just a matter of working all the bugs out and having a little bit of luck come our way.
Anthony Flannery was the biggest mover of the race, starting back in 20th and making his way to a season best 7th.
As much as I didn't like starting that far back, it definitely helped with my learning curve. Passing cars at Stafford might look like it's not a big deal maybe on TV or from the grandstands, but it's a little bit of work to figure out how to get by cars and keep the momentum and get your car rolling so you can get by the guy. Felt like we were making progress every week. The car was getting better. I was getting better. I would say the first 5 or so races, we didn't change a whole lot on the car. It was more just me getting used to it. It's a mental game. You got to be smart and you have to finish, and that's when it comes back to, some of our goals were just finish the races. So it was, we knew we had a fast car and we had to work our way through the field.
Anthony Flannery is in his first full-time SK season at Stafford and finished a career-tying best 6th, his 5th top 10 finish of the season.
I'm not second-guessing what I'm doing. I'm more going out there knowing what needs to be done, which helps get to those more fine-tuning adjustments. We're talking about an 1/8 inch of stagger here or a quarter turn here instead of saying it's really bad, we're doing this. It definitely helped make those small, minute adjustments to, kind of propel us up to those next few spots.
Absolutely rocking and rolling tonight. Anthony Flannery, congratulations. 3rd place tonight in the SK Modified main event.
I've won a lot of races. I've won championships. I've done a lot of really cool things in racing, but finishing on the podium for the first time at Stafford and an SK Modified is its own experience. I couldn't have been happier, and it just kind of made me feel like I was finally giving these guys that finish they deserve. But it was really cool for me, and it made me really feel like I do have what it takes to run up front, and I'm where I should be.
Anthony Flannery also concluded his season with positive momentum, his 4th consecutive top 5 finish.
Yeah, we wouldn't have predicted it. We got that podium out of our way. We got that top 5 finish, and everybody not so much relaxed, but there wasn't that feeling of like you need to perform, and obviously being in the handicap. We were there having a good time. And I think that has a lot to do with it. There was very little stress. We were in 23rd, I think, in points at one time, and we were just happy to get to 15th, and then we stopped looking at it because we were in the handicap. We didn't care at that point. And
Flannery's end-of-the-year run moved him up to 5th in points, despite missing a race.
I think we all cracked a 2nd or 3rd beer. we were sitting in the parking lot, and I forget who came up, but somebody came up and said, "Hey, finished 5th in points." And we both kind of looked at each other. We were like, there's no way. We were just kind of like, and then everybody pulls their phone out and they're rolling, and we were busting on David because David finished 6th, so we were joking on David. It was awesome. I actually think Todd was smiling harder finding out I got to 5th in points than he was when he clinched his 3rd title. It was really cool to see how happy he was and how happy the team was to see one of our cars perform as good as it did. I definitely got to thank Chassis Pro, Todd Owen, Butch Shea, Brian, Ricky, Daryl, Carson, Scooter, Alex, David, everybody that comes into this shop and works on the cars. And it's just, without all those guys, I wouldn't be here. Obviously my sponsors, Fowler's Auto Wrecking, Belltown Recycling, East Hampton Auto Parts, all the contingency sponsors at Stafford, Delta Arsenal, McKinney Construction, Napa Auto Parts, Sunoco Race Fuels, all those people, I know I'm forgetting some, that make this possible, because without those guys, none of us are here. Well, all the goals are obviously to do better than you did the year before, right? I'd love to come out of there with another top 5 championship. You know, a championship would be awesome. Not to say it's out of the picture, but there's guys that have worked a long time to get there, so we're not going to dangle that above our heads. But if we get close, we get close. And I really think these guys deserve a win out of me next year. So I'd love to get our first win at Stafford in 2024. That would be a huge goal for me.